Hey, I'm Beth Hart, and you're watching Toasted.
You have a new album almost out. Bang Bang Boom Boom.
Yes, yeah.
Really special album.
Thank you.
Listen to it with those guys until they told me to play something else. So, but we loved it. Fantastic.
Okay.
Hey, why I was wondering first, it's called Bang Bang Boom Boom because of song number two probably. Why did you pick a song to be the title of your album?
I usually do choose a title of a record after a song, but in this case, the title of that song means a different meaning than the title of the record. But I just love the sound of Bang Bang Boom Boom, so I was like, "What? Why am I going to name the record this?" And this particular record for me is a first record that I go down the lines of talking a lot about love and relationships, the ups, the downs, the ins, the outs. So really, it's like heart, bang, bang, boom, boom. But the song is about, the movie Natural Born Killers, the two wild, crazy. It's about them and their love and all the crazy stuff they do, and then in the end, they blow each other away.
Well, you had issues with naming guns in your lyrics before, and of course there's a lot of bad things happening in the States now with shootings. Didn't you think twice before you recorded a song like Bang Bang Boom Boom?
No, we didn't. I never really think about any of that stuff when I'm writing or when I'm recording a record. But when we came time to choose it as a single and do the video, we just did the video for it. It was very important that we don't talk and make it be about that. So instead, we made it in the video where my husband's actually in the video too, and it takes place in the 1940s, and I'm this kind of outlaw chick. And what I do is I go around and I hold things against people. Like I find out secrets about them, and then they have to pay me money in exchange for the information. So it was really fun. Yeah, and it
I mean,
does.
there's a lot of you twittered a lot and you wrote a lot on Facebook about shooting your video, right?
Yeah,
When will
yeah.
it be online?
I'm not sure. We just did it, and I just saw the finished, or at least the second cut yesterday. So I'm not sure when it's going to go up.
I
But
saw one picture of a bear that was lying on the ground, collateral damage, etc.
oh, did it?
Yeah.
Did it? Yeah,
Did
bear.
it feature? Did it feature in the video at all? Or?
No, 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 no. But it was cute. We just found it out on the. It was cute, Barry, wasn't it? And just totally damaged. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was out there. We were out in the middle of this desert, so there was, over a period of time in desert, stuff gets left behind. Old houses break down, but some of the stuff from the houses are still left on the ground, and so that was one of the things we saw. Yeah,
So it was an old thing actually.
really old thing. Yeah.
You didn't want to bring it?
No, we didn't touch it. We just took a picture of it and posted it. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, another song I liked on the record is "Better Man."
Thank you.
Um, at first I thought this sounds so familiar. I think it has hit potential, and I thought I've heard this one before. So I started googling "Better Man," and of course I know the song "Better Man" from Pearl Jam. Well, what I found out was that a lot of men actually wrote songs and recorded songs about better men, but not so many women.
I didn't know that. For me, the song is about my husband because I had so many dogs before I was with Scott. And I never ever wanted to get married because I kind of thought maybe all guys that I would be attracted to would be dogs, so why marry that? And then of course I met Scott, and he's just completely different from anyone I'd ever been with before. So
Well, the
he's
dogs also made you write a lot of good songs.
they do help. They do help. But I stayed away from writing about love for a long time. And I think it's because I thought it really didn't exist, at least not for me. So why write about something you don't know? And now I've been with Scott for 12 years, and I feel like have a better understanding of what it is. I feel it, so I wrote about it.
How did he react? Of course, he knows that you write about him. It must be
Yeah.
really special if you know that someone writes for you.
Spoiled. I've written a lot of things actually for him that haven't really made it to records, so I think he's a bit spoiled. I usually make fun of him though in songs I write. Like I have a song called "Stinky Feet." It's all about how funky his feet smell and
It's
how
also about him.
yes, and that's about him. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, another tweet I got from you was like, should be packing but actually writing a song. Does writing songs come easy to you?
It depends on where I'm at. it stopped being easy for me after my California because I felt like I was writing from the same place for a long time and I was getting really frustrated and bored. And I was thinking about quitting because I thought if I can't, yeah, I was like, if I'm going to be phony and just write to write, that's not fair to an audience and it's not fair to me. I'm just not going to do it anymore. And then Joe Bonamassa called me and we did the record Don't Explain together. And we got to choose some of the greatest songs I think that have ever been written. And we covered a bunch of songs. And it reminded me of where I first started. I mean, I first started with classical music, but right after I went into a lot of soul music, Otis Redding, and then jazz music like Billie Holiday. And I was in this area, Robert Johnson, a lot of blues, and it was my first love. But it's not what I did when I got my record deal. I went into rock and storytelling songs, and that's a lot of what my records had been.
That's also what you're really good at.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I just think that I wrote them all out for me, and I needed to challenge myself into a new arena of music. And when we did that record, Don't Explain, it changed everything in my writing. So now I'm excited again, and I feel like I don't really know what I'm doing. Kind of like when you first start out in music, and you're not sure. You know you love it, you have all this passion, but you don't really know what you're doing. But I think that's such a great place to be in because it's all so fresh. So that's where I'm at right now.
A lot of people react to your tweets and pictures that you send, and it is actually you, right? It is yourself. There's not somebody else.
It's me and my husband both. Yeah. Because we're always together. So all of our work is together, and we're best friends. So we hang out together when we're not working, and obviously we're married, so we have to sleep in the same bed. So it's he and I together. We do it all together. Yeah.
Hey, you're really happy, right?
I'm having a good time. I mean, I always have my ups and downs. It's life, just like for everybody. But right now in my life, especially with this new discovery of music for me and a direction I'm feeling so passionate about, I'm having so much fun, man. It's great.
Isn't it better for art's sake to be miserable?
I think it depends. I used to always feel that way because I couldn't write unless I was feeling pretty miserable. But now I'm feeling like I'm able to write on a new level, pulling from places of joy and of love. Also memories, Some of the songs on the record are not necessarily happy songs about love. They're from heartbreak. But, I think a lot about my mother. She went through a horrible divorce with my dad. And then she had some difficult relationships afterwards. And I was so young and I got to see all that. And like, for instance, the song Love is the Baddest Blues. I pull from, her heartbreak in that. And then mine by my father leaving. So there's always things to pull from. Whether you're in a happy place or a negative place, you can always pull from things. I was watching an interview with Tom Waits, and it made me so jealous because I always thought Tom wrote everything about his actual experience. And he was saying, no, sometimes he just makes it up. And he's like, you can do that. And I was thinking, well, you can do that, Tom, because you're a genius. None of all of us can do that. But he's so amazing. He inspired this record as well.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I can imagine. Even though there are totally different styles on there, it's a big unity. I can imagine that must have been really hard to pick the songs for this album because you probably wrote a lot more, right?
Well, there were a lot of songs. Well, for every record I write, there's always quite a bit of material. And songs that don't make it on the record aren't because they're not good quality songs. I only choose songs for a record where we actually capture it in the studio. So if we don't really get a great production of something and great performances by everybody, I won't waste the song by putting it on the record. So yeah, we recorded a lot of songs, but the ones we chose, we just thought were the best productions, the best, most sincere performances, as well as the songs. So yeah.
I always wonder, if you write a song, do you realize that it has hit potential, for instance? I mean, you broke through with a big song. Did you realize that you wrote something really big there?
I don't really listen to radio, so I don't know what radio is playing or what seems to be
Your
the
songs
masses.
feature on television as well, sometimes your songs being picked up by a really big series.
Yeah, but I think because my history has always been so eclectic in how I write and how I co-write, it's always very wide genres. So I never know what someone's going to react to. When we were doing Bang Bang Boom Boom, I wrote that with Rune Westbrook, who's just a great writer and an old friend of mine. We've done a lot of writing. And we loved it. We were having fun with it. But you never know what someone's going to want to push or think is what will be mass appeal. You just never know. And that's why I go back to saying don't ever write for radio, because you don't know what someone's going to react to. Just write for how you feel and what's getting you excited. And maybe in that, someone else will feel the same way.
Could you write for other bands or other artists?
I've thought about that, but if I write something I really like, I want to be the one to sing it. You know what I mean? I don't want anyone else to sing it. But sometimes I do write songs that I don't think I would sing, but it would be great for someone else. But I don't know.
Well, I'm not an A&R guy, but I was listening to Through the Window of My Mind, and I could really picture it being a hit for Coldplay, for instance.
Oh, wow, yeah. I was listening a lot, actually, to Florence and the Machine, right at the time that I wrote that. I wrote that with Rune as well. And when we were done, Rune was like, it reminds me of the drama of Florence and the Machine. And I didn't say anything. I was just thinking, wow, I've been listening a lot to her lately. Yeah.
But no Coldplay there, so...
No Coldplay there. I've never bought any Coldplay records, but there were a few songs there I heard on the radio that I liked. Yeah.
Hey, the album's going to be released as an LP, picture disc as well, right? And a CD with a huge booklet and extras. What else can people buy? I mean, it's going to be a big release, right?
I think it's going to be a big release. It's really cool that Mascot's getting so behind this.
Why vinyl? And even a picture disc.
Vinyl's so special, not only in what it sounds like, but it takes you back to an old time. And if you notice, a lot of bands right now, musically and visually are going back to an old time because those old times were so special. And I think sometimes when we get too digital, when we get too everything computerized in the music and everything sounds perfect and that's the modern age, it can get a bit stale. And so you go back to old music and you go, wow, how come it sounded like that? It's because they just played it all at the same time and it was so real sounding and it had mistakes and errors and it reflected human life, which has mistakes and errors. It's not perfect.
Are there mistakes and errors on your record? I couldn't find one, actually.
Oh, I'm sure there's some stuff in there. I'm sure, especially on the piano. I'm not the greatest piano player, and I played everything piano and vocals with the band live. So there's some stuff in there.
So I couldn't help notice that there's a blue lava lamp on your piano.
Oh yeah, was there? I didn't even notice. Really? Yeah. I'm sure they put.
I thought you brought that from home, maybe.
No. I'm not even really a lava lamp person. I don't even really like.
You're an ambilight person. We found that out.
Yeah.
If you listen really well, you can hear the birds tweet in the background.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hey, you're just here on a promo tour now, but you'll be back in Europe to play gigs, right?
Yeah, I'm here for about 7 more weeks to do press, and then we're going to take a little vacation in Turkey, which I'm really excited about. It'll be my first time there. And then I'm going to go home for a month and really rehearse my band. I just auditioned some guitar players, so I'm adding another guitar player that I got to rehearse, and he's got to learn like 100 songs. So we have our work cut out for us there, and then we'll start the tour a month later.
Did you practice to play this album live yet, actually? Because I mean, it's a big sound, right?
Well, I do all my pre-production before I go in for this album on my iPhone, piano or guitar straight to iPhone. I didn't do any other instrument layering. So because of that, and I wanted it to sound good, I played everything through so much that it's like buried in my mind. But yes, I will revisit it after the press junket because
let me get this straight. You recorded the songs on your iPhone as well?
Yeah, I do everything to iPhone. Yeah.
Don't lose it.
No. Well, you know what I do? I back it up on Scott's computer, so I download everything into there, and then plus he's got backup for his computer. And then if I were to lose my phone on a new phone, I can download everything back to it.
But that's incredible to record your stuff on your iPhone.
I love it. It's the best.
And does it have a multi-track recorder even?
No. I just do vocals and piano or guitar and vocals and just do it to it. And that way I can send it to the producer and give him an idea of how I want the arrangement and different things like that.
Don't you just love technology?
I love it. I love my phone. That's the best thing in the world is my phone.
And your husband second.
Yeah. Scotty's right up there. No doubt about it. Yeah.
Hey, can't wait to see you in Holland. Thanks so much for this interview.
Thank you so much for the interview, too.